Okay, so lema sayale. When it says let the Gemara, let's say that it's an assist. Kasav, but I don't know why they made all these things Rashi Tevis is so superfluous and just confusing. So Kasav Behei Aleph, whoever that is, Simon Tuf Kuf Samachay, the Lo Kamar, the Milsadave Plukta, it doesn't say when it's a Machlekas, the Tanoi. I'm sorry, I went back. Let me say Kasav Chav Gimel. I went back, sorry. The Lush is saying is Knesset Gadol, Knesset Gadol. Sheyesh Lomar, Omer Lema Messiah or Yesh Levar, maybe that we can explain what?
Yeah. It's abbreviation, so Sheyesh Lomar, yeah.
Yeah, Omer Lema Messiah to have a kushya Lebar Plukte. It's a question to the other person in the argument. I'm not sure what the chiddush is. Voch Pire, she also explains Juliros, Im halacha kemoso. If the halacha is like this opinion, came with Shatan Masayo. Okay, again, I don't know what the chiddush is. That seems to be the Pashut Shah, Le Masayele. O Evshar Shemakshe Le Bala Maimer. Asking somebody who made a statement, perhaps, which was no machlekes. The me'achas shedavar zeh mefurash b'mishnah or brayso. My kamash is explicit mishnah brayso. What are you telling us? V'ava efshel amar shekshemak shemi mishnah. It's possible to say that when you ask from a question mishnah, hay lamar lo lamora, hay lomar loma lo lamora. This means why does the Gemara say davar shem mishnah? Okay, so when he says this, so when he says when there's a kasha from a mishnah, what is the aleph here? Mishnah, he brings down here in Hagos ben Aryeh, Churim Marsha Rashi because of Lamin Sham Af Nazam Mitnina, Hulash Kushya, there's a cause of Khan. Lamin Sham Af Nazam Mitnina. When it says Avanana Medina, it's not a proof, it's a question. Or it's a Mora has to be aware of Mishnah. Why are you not aware of this Mishnah? It seems to be going against you. So here it says, when we find the word maksheh, right, or find the word kushia, I should say, when it's a kasha, so we're saying to the Samara, why are you telling us something? It seems to be a Mishnah, and you should know it's Mishnayos. The lame Messiah, mi brisa, yeah, two akshos about plute odvalocha. They say lame Messiah is from a brisa, and it's a question, or it's an attempt to determine halacha. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't see any chiddush, anything which was said here. Okay, askafta, an attack. Shayach shemak shemazik amora es chavero. We call pilpul usvara ba'alma. Okay, that's interesting. That's the chiddush. When you find maskifle, right? So it means that the one Amora is attacking the other Amora because of his lomdus and his svara. V'lo mikach Mishnah Bryce. Okay. Now, if you had Mishnah Bryce, he would say kasha, right? Like that. But it says maskif kafta. That just means that he is that is the svara. Chedu inyan parich. When it says parich so and so umegadef very mekomas, you find that lashon is. I'm not enough of a baki b'shas to remember who says what, but these lashon each of many amoras have this language attached to them, like parich Rabbi so and so, maski for Rabbi so and so. You pay attention; it's consistent throughout Shas. The different adjectives, the different verbs that they use to different amoraim. So all he's saying, all these lashonis of an attack. Not from a specific piece of evidence, but an attack based on logic.
Okay.
Yesh omrim mibnei halashon hamishuneh. Some people say that because this language is different. Parich megadef maskif nira lo shumirabanan savurai. That all these lashonos don't go on, are not lashonos used by Amoraim, but lashonos is Rabbanan Savurai shall sifuk ksasa Gemara. Okay, which is interesting. What is he saying in the Benaria here? Scapulation with male lush. I'm sure when this is Maramokum. Okay, that's interesting. Material massive share max shum aram elo shu tame batzmo don't mishnah later tama. The final master where it's not asking actually anybody else any question. He's just astonished on a mishnah because he doesn't know what it means. But background you should master a papa a brisa. I know what Shin Lamed Hay stands for here.
Don't know either.
I don't know. Ukshomer Toiba Rabbi Pliny, when it says so and so was astonished. What's the matter? What's that word?
Mariach.
Mariach?
Mem Reish Yud Chet.
He's smelling? Okay, that's an interesting verb. He's smelling uma'ayin and trying to amrema luzu leida tamo shaldover. Wants to understand toy so and so is. I want to understand what are you talking about here? Okay, I don't. Lashon Mariach is strange. I guess the Yavitz in the bottom says the linear reshu came to me. It's like a sense of astonishment. Adam toa abo sheba. That's a quote from Rashi. That's a quote from Rashi and Chumash, right? Tovavo, right? Tovavo. Rashi says the person is astonished at the desolation. It's also a person who's astonished at the mitzvahs they did and wants to reject the mitzvahs that they did. It's called Torah Rishonah. It's also analogous to this. Okay, so the Torah is a language of astonishment, but specifically astonished at the confusion and chaos reigning here. How do we understand what's this confusing, chaotic discussion here, according to the Ibitz? Okay. Blushon have vavinaba, havaba, re. I'm not sure who re is. Usugas HaTalmud. This is the Gemara's discourse. Usually it says vavinaba. I don't think it's attributed to a specific Amora. It's the stuff of the Gemara. It's the generic Gemara, the Beis Medrash, trying to understand what's going on.
Okay.
And also it's a discussion of a issue in the Mishnah. Like it says, Havayas Abai Berava. It says, in Gemara Sukkah says, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, he was a big bucky. He knew Havayas Abai Berava backwards and forwards. And the obvious question is, Abai and Rava lived many years after Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. How could Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai have known Havayas Abai the Rava? That's just Havayas Abai Berava is a euphemism for Gemara in general. Okay? So Gemara is saying, he knew all about Gemara. What's Gemara? What's Havayos? The necessity to understand the Mishnah properly. Okay, what is the Havaya of the Mishnah? Okay, yeah. Udkoila, my koila. As I said, Kol hecha deika ini, the ha, kushahi. Anytime it says the word ini, means literally, how could this be? I don't know if that's what it means. They take it back. I don't know if that means literally, but it means how can this be? Vaha, and the word vaha says kushahi. With we read it with a sense of astonishment. What's going on here? With the koila my koila, lashon kushahu. So koila my koila is a question, and it's a question on the person who asked the question. What was his mean? What was going through his mind? When you all say sfarla makshe, shikshadava pashut. It's to try and understand the svara of the person who asked the question. We had something simpler. We didn't know that what he's saying is not is insignificant, is meaningless. Interesting. I never saw that before. Whenever it says it's Rabbanan Savurai trying to understand what the question was that the Gemara meant to ask.
Okay.
So a me name was the Hani Tanoi Pliga Bemil says Achamora, Plukta Plukta Tanachamoroi. We say that the Tanoim argue in this statement of this one Amora, or when we have Machlokas Samurai, can we align it with the Machlokas Tanoim? Because of Ali the what's that next word?
The Bechikale.
The Chika meal says Shiomar Amora Dover Sam, the local Kuliyama. So is actually it's an attack in a certain sense, because why it's not, it's very difficult to say Amora would say something which doesn't work out according to all the Tanoim, right? So it's not, oh, let's just say that these are the same. It's what are you saying? You're saying that the same like the Mishnah, right? The Stam, like Huliyama, how can it be? If you want to say halacha is like one of the Tanoim, so say it outright. Say halacha is like that Tano. Don't beat around the bush, right? Don't say it without attributing it.
Yeah.
Umi the Kamar Stam o Plige Stam, since he said it without any hint of the machlekes, or the Amoroi, where there are two or more, are arguing without maintaining that it's a machlekes, without divulging that it's the most machlekes and Tanoim as well.
Mashma Liba the
Kuliyama. It sounds like going to Kuliyama, and that then Lema Tanoi is an obvious question. The Tanya Mecha Motzim Mechule, Kasav Rabbi Chanano, Tzrach.
Kasav Rabbi Chanano v'Hamda Kitanoi.
What comes to Tanoi?
Ve'amda.
I spell that?
Vav Ayin Mem Dalet Hey.
Yeah, Vamda Kitanoi. Kashali Lashon Lema, the Lashon Mailat. She'olam la ba Lashon Zagmar Abadavar Shunicha Basayf. Really? Okay, so the language of Lema, or language of Mailat, indicates that something which is going to be ultimately rejected. So Lema Katanoi indicates, will seem to indicate that eventually it's going to be rejected. That's not going to be a Tanoi. Okay?
Okay.
If they're all in the Mishnah, we're asking the editorial board of Mishnayos. Lama lo chiber machloktam. Why didn't he connect the machleks? In other words, the editor presumably Rabbi Arnasi, but maybe there are sub editors. If it's the machleks Tanoim here, machleks Tanoim here, they're parallel. You should have put them both together.
Right.
Okay. So plenty. I'm okay. So and so said this. But Bryce actually psak halacha. If it's a Bryce, it's possible they were asking in terms of psak halacha. I'm not sure why it should make a difference. It should be the same both places. I guess in a Bryce, since the editing was not as good, so we can't ask why did the Bryce combine the machleksim if they're identical machleksim, right?
Okay.
But in a Mishnah, that's a Mishnah. We can't ask in a Brisa because Brisa is that meticulous. But with you, so we ask by a Brisa, it's come to determine who do we pass to like. Okay.
Okay.
Matzinu, Ksuvas Kufav, Aliba, the Rabbi Elazar Kuyam Lopli. Piers Riff, Yubamas, Kuyam Lopli, Aliba, Klamar, Kavasai. Interesting. They say Kuyam Lopli, Rabbi Elazar means it can mean everybody agrees with Rabbi Elazar, but it can mean the exact opposite. I mean, everybody agrees that we don't pass them like Rabbi Elazar.
Mm-hmm.
Kuyam Lopli, Rabbi Elazar, everybody agrees that it's not like Rabbi Elazar. Okay, but my coming for it. find the language of Michael Mifugate. It's our basis for pluri. How do they come to their conclusions? Uksheomer my beinayu, said Michael Mifugate, shehem shavin bedin, avachalukim betam. That's interesting. So Michael Mifugate is there is a machlokes. Okay, and we want to understand the point of the machlokes. Says my beinayu, no, the halacha is the same. So that's a good thing because we're asking what's the nafkamina.
Okay.
They both say the same halacha. What nafkamina is? And generally nafkamina has a certain obscure case, but not the primary case. In the primary case, they'd be concede to each other. The question about is there any case which is an nafkamina?
Right.
Yeah. Why they argue the logic? There is in fact a logic ramification. There are because so obviously the languages, even though they have different connotations, but sometimes they're used interchangeably. We would have thought. Shabbat appears in the Gemara. Will the Galo say so to reveal the basis of the questioner's question. So das huksha. Now, was this the opinion of the Maksha? Lokai, but it's not going to remain in the conclusion. Lokai Hoki, it's not going to remain this way. Sometimes it says Kosal Kazaita, but it remains the conclusion of the Gemara, which would seem to be not the right syntax. Really? Okay. They want to analyze it. The Bavli Yeshivos.
So it says.
Yeah. So the Savrua means this is as far as it's given in the yeshiva. In other words, Savrua is always generic, right? Doesn't attribute it to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's how the Bnei Yeshiva initially thought to understand the question. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, being about Basra, Savrua my mechitza guda, right? So they thought, what does mechitza mean? It means a wall. Then they had Savrua my mechitza plukta. So what does mechitza mean? It means a division. So Savrua there means what Bnei Yeshiva thought initially. And sometimes it remains as a maskana, but that's how the Bnei Yeshiva thought to learn it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Rov Svaras Lokai. Most Svaras don't remain in maskana. Some do, but most don't. Of something or other, say for Krisus. Obviously, there are Svaras which do remain the maskana as well. What's the given here? Just this time, I'm again for that Sugin Basra. Okay. So Omer Tistayim, when it says Tistayim, let's conclude. Shabola Lochiach Hod Loyadina Ad Hashta, because to prove something which we were not able to prove till now. The places more cotton page ain't lo mar Tistayim B'Davar HaMefurash. You can't say Tistayim with something which is explicit. Shehu, what's the next word?
Wait a minute. So, b'davar mefarish behedya.
Oh, b'davar and I stand up with some first lahedya. That's it's lahedya. Okay, it's really
Behedya.
Yeah, so something which is explicit, I guess you would say tufta in that case. This time is only a case where it's not explicit. You need it needs an inference. That's what Kitzur Klallim Omer Tistayim v'lo nishar kach v'maskana. In fact, it does remain the siyum. Doesn't conclude the discussion. Over Yud Shin, Chilei ben Shomer Tistayim based on him, as Nishar came, but Nishar came maskana. Go Tistayim, the plige, the planning. Sorry, planning Malchi Tistayim. Okay, so that's mamish like Tufta, right? It says Tistayim, then it's like Tufta, and it's a reputation. Okay, call Tifshot. Anytime it says Tifshot, let's resolve this. He me Brisa. that means resolve from a brisa. V'chol mehacha, from here, shmaisa means let's resolve it from a Gemara.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, we'll stop here for today. Yeah, coming up with some heavy stuff here.
Okay.
All right.
And
Right.
is this where we
I don't think it's where we start. We think we start from Machlekas. Do we start from here from Machlekas tonight?
I don't remember.
I don't think we did this part. Yeah, I think we start from page 93.
Okay.
I think it's from Machlekas tonight, Rabbi.
Okay.
I'll check. Okay.
Shkoyach.
All right. Okay. Take care. Have a good week.
You too.